Hey guys, how are y'all? Hey, 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 hey. I know it been a month. I know it been a month, guys. I know y'all been kind of like, where's Belize? But I kind of just been getting myself together. And I'm back in April. I'm really excited to be back in April. April is STD Awareness Month. So this is the perfect time for me to pop back into you guys' amazing life and tell you guys just amazing things that's been going on with me. So as y'all can see, I have been just getting myself together. As y'all know, everything have changed. I am in school, guys. I'm in school to get my master's in mental health counseling. So I will be a counselor very, very soon. So with that being said, guys, y'all can come to me and be our counselor and your life coach. So with that being said, guys, that's what I kind of been focused on. Some goals that I had in mind. So I knew I wanted to go back to school. I have my LLC for my life coaching now, which is going to be my private practice as well. And then I also made Overcome the Stigma nonprofit. So I'm really excited about that. So just great things are happening. So I had to focus in March and February to get those things together. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Also, great things. We're doing the bi-weekly support groups, guys. I know I haven't been on there and you're like, please, you're leaving me out. But yes, we're doing the bi-weekly support groups. It's not going to be this week. It's going to be next week because I'm going on vacation tomorrow. So y'all won't hear from me. So with that being said, I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know of the great things that's happening. But most importantly, the fear. Thank you, sweetie. So with the fear. The fears are not going away. Let's think about that. The fears are not going away. The fear of rejection is not going away. The fear of disclosing is not going away. The fear of somebody else contracting or you transmitting it to somebody is not going away. The fear that your husband or wife may leave you is not going away. The fear that you're going to give it to your children is not going away. It's just the fear seems like it's just not going away. You know why? Because it's not going to go away. I love y'all. And y'all know I keep it very, very real with you guys. Fear doesn't go away. It don't. It don't go away at all. But the thing that happens is that you're able to conquer it is that you push past it anyway. And that's something I want to talk to you guys about is pushing past fear. Okay? I'm a pretty good person to talk about pushing past fear because I did it. This is where I am now. I push past fear of disclosing to the world. I push past fear of being rejected by the world. I push past the fact that my family was gonna look at me crazy, and that at that time my husband's family wasn't gonna accept me. I pushed past that, guys. Was I scared? Yes. Was I scared when I did everything I did? Yes. No lie, I just got to a point in my life where I am not afraid of talking about herpes. Now I have my moments, they just try to creep up like, and I'm like, not happening, but I want y'all to understand it took a long time, guys. In this month, now I have been living with herpes for 9 years. Now I don't remember my exact date, but it's in April. 9 years I've been living with herpes. 9, y'all. It took me 7 years to get to where I am today. 7. And I don't want that for you guys. I don't want you guys to take 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I don't want you to take a whole year. Truth be told, I don't want you guys to have to take so long to get to a point of pushing past the fear. I want y'all to know that fear don't go away. Honestly, fear is not real. It's really you thinking that whatever you think is going to happen is going to happen. So you freak yourself out so good that you think it's going to happen? It sounds weird, but fear is not real. It's absolutely not real, guys. And that's why I say it won't go away because it's not real. Like, our imaginations, our minds are so beautiful, but it's our worst enemy. It's our worst enemy because we believe and we think things. And what you think, your mind doesn't know if it's real. It doesn't know if it's fake. It doesn't know how to shift through good and evil. It don't know how to do that. Your mind is just going to go with what you say. So my whole thing, you think, oh my God, every time I tell somebody they're going to reject me. Every person I get with, I'm going to transmit it to them. Every person I get with, Or, oh my God, I kiss on my kids, they're going to get it. And all this stuff like that. I want you guys to know that that stuff may happen and that stuff may not happen, but you cannot live your life on what ifs. My whole thing is, why live on a what if? If it do happen, then deal with it when it comes. But don't get so caught up in what if it happens that you don't live to see if it even happened. My whole thing, a lot of us are really putting ourselves in a spiral. A mental and emotional and spiritual spiral, and you're spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. And honestly, you're spinning on nothing. Nothing. Y'all remember back in the day when we had those little wheel things like at playground, and you know all of the kids used to get on it, and you know had 3 or 4 kids who jumped. They was on the outside and they pushed it. They ran around, and they jumped on and it spin. That's us. What we do is our mind is the wheel. We push these negative thoughts, rejection and disclosing and transmission and depression and all of this stuff. We pushing it, we speeding it around. And then your mind is just spinning. And you're spinning with it because you don't even have to push it anymore. Your thoughts is going to automatically push it. And we always think that's like, well, I had a thought, about committing suicide, and I'm going to be honest because this thought comes across all of our mind once or twice dealing with this diagnosis, and you wonder why that thought keep coming up, because it was the push, and your mind is still spinning off your push. Your mind is still spinning off your thoughts. So my whole thing, if you really want to conquer some fear, you got to conquer your thoughts, and you got to change it. And I'm not telling you it's going to happen tomorrow. I'm not telling you not valid of worrying about worrying about disclosing and somebody accepting you. I'm not telling you it's not valid to worry about if somebody's going to reject you. But one thing that is valid is that the fact that you have not changed. You're still awesome. You're still going to school. You're still working 3, 4 jobs. You're still taking care of your children. You're still traveling. You're still beautiful. You guys are amazing. Y'all are beautiful people. You still getting that credit up. You still just bought that house. You still making that money. You still landing that promotion. Nothing changed about you. Is that the fact of you have to be more careful with sex. And as we are in STD Awareness Month, we have to understand that sex is risky, period. Let's get out of, being promiscuous and blah, blah, blah. Let's be real honest. The CDC talks about people being promiscuous because they put them at a higher risk. The only reason you're at a higher risk is because you're having sex with multiple people who probably having sex with multiple people who having sex with multiple people. That's it. It's just the higher risk because at the end of the day, you're being exposed to more people. It's not because you're nasty. You do you. But at the end of the day, promiscuous is just the fact that you're putting yourself at a higher risk than others. And my whole thing is that's not even completely true anymore. Like the fact if I have a boyfriend, he had a pass, I'm still at risk, even if he don't live that pass anymore and he didn't get properly tested. It could be the girl who never had sex ever in her life, waited into marriage, and boom, didn't know to ask her husband if he ever got tested for anything, or didn't go get tested together. Boom, she gets an STD. So my whole thing is, guys, we have to kill this, oh my God, you have to be promiscuous. And this is even with us. We do this to ourselves. And I hear it all the time. And I'd be looking at y'all like, who are you talking to? You have herpes. But I hear this when I get on private calls when people get on my sessions. And they was like, but I wasn't promiscuous. I wasn't a hoe. And you still have herpes. See, that's the problem. We are the stigma. Not them. We are. We create it, we feel it, we push it, we keep pushing it. And then we wonder why we're so scared. It's because we keep pushing the stigma. Stop saying that I wasn't this and I wasn't that. It didn't make a difference. It really didn't. You had sex. Sex is risky. As we know with the stats. By the time you're 25 years old, you will have a STD. Most of us on here is over 25 years old, and all of us have had something. If this is the only thing, okay? All right? If this is the only thing. I won't say bacterial vaginosis, y'all. Bacterial vaginosis is really not an STD. It's like more of an infection because a woman can get it on her own, or a yeast infection she can get it on her own based on what she eats. And it can become a STD when a woman has it and she has sex with her partner, and then he gets it and he has sex with her again, and they transfer it back and forth. Okay, that's where the sexual contracting comes in. Okay, so my whole thing is very important, ladies. Let's be honest. If you get bacterial vaginosis, if you get yeast infections, your boyfriend can get it, your husband can get it. So it's very important that if you do have bacterial vaginosis or you do have a yeast infection, that your partner go get treated. My whole thing is, we don't think dudes get yeast infections. We don't think dudes get bacterial vaginosis. Yes, they do. They may not have symptoms, but they do get it, and they can transmit it back to you. So if you're with your partner now and it seems like every time y'all have sex, it turns out that you turn around and get bacterial vaginosis again, or you get a yeast infection again, he probably has it, and he's passing it back. Y'all passing it back and forth to each other. Okay, so it's very important. That's just a little tidbit. I know that wasn't about fear, but it's very important to share that information. But guys, I really want y'all to understand that fear is not real. It's not. My whole thing, what is real is what you think. It is. Now that is real. That is very real. What you think is what you feed, and that's what it's going to become. If you keep thinking, I'm going to always get rejected, I love you. You're going to deal with a lot of rejection. Even if you don't get rejected, you will self-sabotage. I want to know how many people put your hand up, put a little star or something to say you self-sabotage many relationships because you were scared or fear. I mean, that person was awesome. They said they want to be with you. They accept you. We can do this. You know, we're going to make this work. And you was like, you don't really, you really don't like me. You really don't accept this. You gonna be mad at me and you gonna leave me and you gonna blast me to the world. Nope. I don't believe you. I don't believe it. And you tear the relationship down. And you know why the relationship ended? It's because of you. Not because that person didn't want to be with you. Yes, they had the right to be scared too. But my whole thing, that's just, we're fear of the unknown. Okay, guys? Our biggest thing is being fear of the unknown. But my whole thing is, honestly, our life is not of the unknown. Our life is what we make it. And I think that's something we all have to change, of thinking that, oh, my life, I kind of know where my life is going. I don't know where my next turn going to be. I don't know what my next move going to be. Yes, you do, because you make a decision. What you don't do today will affect you tomorrow. And what happened today was a decision from yesterday. Okay? And that's so cliche, but it's the truth. At the end of the day, life is going to be determined off what you do and what you do not do. So if you do not overcome herpes, if you do not overcome fear, if you do not overcome depression, if you do not overcome suicidal thoughts, if you do not overcome homelessness, if you do not overcome your finances, if you don't overcome, low self-esteem, that's your life. And you're going to battle with those things. And honestly, guys, when it comes to, and I'm going to really say this, and I need to say this because this goes into the fear thing. Depression just doesn't happen. Okay? A lot of you may think that herpes caused your full depression. A lot of you guys were already depressed. And my whole thing is, I want you to be very honest with yourself and be very real with yourself. If you was dealing with depression already, depression don't go away. I love y'all. You learn how to cope. You learn how to live through it. Because life is going to happen and it trigger it. It trigger it back up. So sometimes you could be completely good for years, haven't had any moments of being depressed, and then something drastic happened in your life and you go into this, you go down into a dump. My whole thing is depression does not go away, guys. You learn how to cope. And that's why if you're going to counseling, or going to a therapist and you're taking medicine, antidepressants, that's why they tell you, oh, this is your coping skills. Keep coming to me and I talk to you. Make sure you're taking your medicine. Everything is to reduce those feelings, those thoughts, things like that. It reduces, but it don't fully go away because it is a mental disorder, guys. So with that being said, I want y'all to understand, oh, I'm depressed. I feel so depressed. Guys, please, it's some people who really been dealing with this all their lives. And my whole thing, if you are feeling depressed, get help. If you feel like, if you have been dealing with depression or anxiety or panic attacks before, please go back to your therapist. please take your antidepressants. If they're not working for you, if they're causing you any side effects, go get something else. Do what works. Therapy is not for everybody. I'm a strong believer that you need to go, because just because you don't think it's going to work, just be the counselor or the therapist. They may not be the best mesh for you. I want y'all to understand the fact that I am going through this process of becoming a counselor. I want to give y'all a lot of insight into this counseling world, and I want y'all to understand it's a counselor and client relationship. You have the ability to choose who you want to be with. You get the ability to choose how you want things to go, but we do have code of ethics that we have to abide by to protect you and to keep you alive and keep other people from being harmed. But at the end of the day, just know it's a relationship. This is a back and forth thing. And if you don't feel like this person is a good person to be in a relationship with, like you would do if you are having a boyfriend or girlfriend, then you terminate the relationship. Same way. And you go find another counselor or a therapist. I don't want you to think that you have to stay. And another thing I want y'all to also understand, if you have a job right now, your job offers free counseling, guys. It's free. Free. Okay. Free. Okay? Free. Especially if you're dealing with depression or anything mental, they will take you. Okay? They will. Mental health is huge. We don't think, oh my God, they don't offer counseling. Counseling is really expensive, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, if you don't have the best insurance. But I'm telling you, your job offers it. If you feel like you're dealing with a lot of depression, a lot of suicide thoughts, things like that, please utilize the tools until you're able to put in a position to find a counselor that works within your budget. Okay? Until then, use what you have at your job. They do offer it. And every job is different of how many hours they allow or how many sessions they allow. But my whole thing is, guys, I strongly suggest, if this is something that's really affecting you, and I'm talking about you don't want to go to work, you'll quit your job. Talk to a lot of people who have quit their jobs. They go to work and they're crying, they're leaving early. Please use it. Please use. I understand you don't want nobody in your business. You don't want your manager in your business. You don't want your human resources in your business. But my whole thing, go into the human resource office and tell them, look, I got some personal things going on at home. I really need to take advantage of those counseling sessions. And if they look at you funny, who cares? They don't know what you're going to those counseling sessions for. But at the end of the day, if they want to keep you an employee, they're going to give you the information. Okay? Like I said, I know I'm going veering off a little bit, but I want you guys to know that resources are out here. It's just the fact that you don't know that out there and you're not able to take advantage of it. So my whole thing, if you have a job right now, even a temp service, they offer free counseling, and take advantage of that free counseling. If you have dealt with depression before, any mental disorders of any sort from your childhood and now, please go back to your therapist or find another therapist, okay? If you're taking any type of medication and you know it worked for you before, please take it. I understand you're like, I don't want to take that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But if it's causing you some side effects, then go find something else. But please utilize what is given to you guys, okay? Because a lot of us are not utilizing what's given to us, and we wonder why fear is whooping our tail. It's because we're not utilizing what is given to us. Utilize it. And my whole thing, if you're given coping skills, use those coping skills every day and take time to be self-aware. Most of us are not self-aware. We don't know what we're feeling. We don't know what we're thinking. My whole thing, if you ever talk to me and I ask you, so why you feel like that? And you tell me nothing, I say, I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me you don't know how you feel and you're grown. I love you dearly, but you're grown. You're not a little bitty kid who don't understand their feelings. If you are mad, say, I am motherfucking pissed. If you're sad, say, I'm really sad. Say, if you say, I'm really happy, say, I'm really happy, because you need to know why. And most of us have no reason, don't know why we feel what we feel. Have no clue. And that's not good. That's not a good state to be in. That means you're not self-aware. You're not aware of where you are. You're not aware of your thoughts. You're not aware of your being. And my whole thing, when you're not aware of your being, where are you going? Nowhere. You're going in circles back onto that little spinny thing that we do at school. When we were little bit kids, you get back on the spinny and you spin it until you get sick. Y'all remember that thing used to make you sick? You get off and you're like, That's how we're walking in life when you don't know where you are in your life. When you're not making decisions for yourself, when you're allowing what you think is going to happen, and soon enough will happen, because you're not doing anything at all. And I'm trying to tell y'all from experience, fear is real only if you let it be. And all fear is your thoughts of what ifs. What if? What if? Who cares what if it happened? My question is, what if you were rejected? That's not the end. You've been rejected for how many jobs? How many schools? How many mortgage companies? How many credit card companies? How many foster agencies if you're trying to adopt? How many? But did they stop you from going to get another job? Did they stop you from having a desire to get a house? No. It deterred you a little bit. You would look like, okay, I'm down. I want to take a break. I'm going to try it again. Same thing with herpes. Yes, it's hard overcoming herpes. It's hard. I hope I don't make this look easy. It took me 7 years, guys. 7 long years. 7. Okay? And it may take you longer. And I'm going to be honest. I don't want people to think, oh, if she did it in that time, I can do it. Don't make this a competition. Make this about you and about your well-being. You know what's going on with you. You know the life you have lived. You know the trauma and situations you have been through. And sometimes you need extra help with those situations. And it may take you longer because you're dealing with other things. You know, it may just not be herpes. It may be you're in an abusive relationship. Or it may be the fact that you're homeless. It may be the fact that you haven't found that dream job that you've been looking for. It may be that your children are sick. You know, you have a sick kid, or you are sick. You know, you find that you had more health illnesses other than herpes. You know, my whole thing is I want you guys to understand, get help. Get help. And my whole thing, the first thing to conquer fear is you saying that I'm not going to let nothing stop me. And on top of that, getting somebody else to help you not stop. Guys, I am where I am because number one, I made a decision not to stop. And number two, because I got motherfucking great friends and great church members and pastors and, you know, all of this stuff. Random people who walk up to me who encourage me to keep going. And a lot of us are trying to conquer fear alone. And you wonder why it's so hard. You cannot do this thing by yourself, y'all. Find a friend. And if you don't have any friends, I need you to get in the support group and meet some. You need somebody. And you ain't got to be a friend. If you don't trust people like that, get some people who just get around and get encouraged. It's hard to get through to anything in life without any encouragement. I know my videos encourage you guys. But sometimes you want somebody in your face. You want somebody that you can touch and feel and hug and cry on. Okay? So I want you guys to really understand that fear can't go away. It don't have to stay. It don't have to. It creeps up. But at the end of the day, you have to push through it. You want to push through it? Do whatever you are scared of. And I'm telling you, after you do it, you're like, that wasn't as bad as I thought. And sometimes it may be bad. Truth be told, you may have to get a lot of backlash. I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of backlash from this, guys. A lot. I still get backlash. I still get called all types of stuff and things like that. But I'm confident in who I am, and I know I'm doing it for you guys to encourage you guys to know that you can do it too. You don't have to have a platform like me, but at the end of the day, you can have a platform within yourself that you encourage yourself to say, herpes will never take me out. That herpes will not stop me from living. My whole thing, I'm living a great life, guys. My life is good. Yes, I'm divorced. So, yes, I have herpes. So, yes, I'm a single mama too. So, yes, I'm at the time I'm living with my mom. So, that doesn't stop the fact that I have an amazing life. I'm alive. I got breath. I'm able to still do the things I want to do, and I'm planning to do the things I want. Yes, am I scared? Yes. But at the end of the day, I want things. And my whole thing is, what's more important, your fear of not getting what you want or the desire to do what you need to do to get what you want? My whole thing, the desire to get what you want will overpower that fear every time. But a lot of us don't want what we say we want as bad as we say we do. Because if you did, you would do whatever is necessary. Because we'll do it when it's time to pay them bills. We'll do it when we want to go on that trip. We'll do it when we want what we want. So my whole thing, if you really want to overcome herpes, you have to have a desire to want to do it and do whatever is necessary to get it done. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Like anything else in life. But at the end of the day, you can do it. Okay, guys? I'm going to look at the chat now. Y'all know I don't watch the chat while I'm talking to y'all. All right? All right, let's see what y'all talking about up in here. Thank you. I love you too. Sexy boo. I know I'm sexy, right? Okay. Better than I'm 21. I was diagnosed this September. That passed with type 1. I have no one to talk to about it. Oh, I have here. I have a support group. Reach out to me at overcomingthestigma@gmail.com and we can talk. Okay, sweetie? Thank you. I love you too. I can't deny you. I love when you talk. Oh, true. What do you think you create? What you think you create in your life? Correct. 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 Thank you for talking about employee assistance program. Go to the HR. You typically get 4 to 6 sessions. Yeah, 4 to 6 sessions is good. 4 to 6 sessions is good. Just imagine you talking to me for 4 to 6 sessions. How great you'll be. Okay. So just imagine you go to a counselor, which I am going to be soon. I'm really excited about that. That how far you can get, okay? And that's called employee assistant program. Employee assistance program. Please take advantage of it. Go to your HR. Okay? I wish I had you as my counselor. The one near me just want the insurance money site. They give textbook responses. Okay, let me tell you something. Being a counselor is difficult because what I am doing when I become a counselor, I'm going to be very limited to a certain extent. Code of ethics is huge. What I say, what I do can get me sued when I'm a counselor. I am covered by the code of ethics. And they giving your textbook responses to protect themselves from being, number one, putting you in harm's way of something they say that can cause you to spiral, or simply to protect themselves. And yes, they're concerned about insurance money because that's how they eat. This sounds mean, but that's how they eat. Plus, depending on their office and their office managers or whatever, that's what they push. Okay? That's what they push. I was going to work for a counseling service when I first got out of college, whatever. But I didn't like it because they were like, get your hours, get your hours, get your hours. But they wasn't concerned about the children because I was going to go to children's house and help them and things like that. But I didn't like the fact that you didn't really care about the people. You was caring about the money because they get paid with Medicaid, all the insurance companies, things like that. Yes, sweetie. You want what? Go get it. Go get it. What do you want? Go. I don't know what he's talking about, y'all. But at the end of the day, they're just scared to say the wrong thing and cause the wrong situation to happen. My whole thing is you got to understand a lot of people, counseling is art and science at the same time. You have to have the art to love people, to help people, but you have to have the science of using what we learned in school to translate it over to build a relationship with you, but also give you the correct tools that we're taught to help you move forward in life. And a lot of people, that's very difficult to do because we can get very, very swamped up in our lives that we lose our own lives. And sometimes we're dealing with the trauma of different people's situations where it cause us not to be able to be very efficient with our clients. So I just want to, like I said, y'all want to be able to understand this counseling therapy world because I'm going to share it with y'all and understand how you really utilize this, guys. It's very, very vital to use. It's just the fact that you got to understand what you get yourself in too. Just the same way I educate y'all to go to y'all doctors and ask for this and ask for that. What you don't know hurt you. It hurts you badly. So my whole thing, I will tell you, find another counselor. My whole thing is YouTube, Facebook, Google. My whole thing, research. These people have pages now. You know, go on their Facebook page, see what they post on their social media. My whole thing is stalk folks. You want to know who counseling you. My whole thing, sometimes your counselor need a counselor. So my whole thing is, you know, make sure you are, if you're going to invest your money, especially insurance money with these high deductibles, that you making sure this person is the best fit for you. My whole thing, like I said, is a client and counselor relationship, and that y'all both have to agree that this relationship is to move forward towards whatever your goal is, whatever you need to move out of. It's not about the counselor, it's about you. And if you don't feel like you're getting what you need, you can also voice that with the counselor. You can voice that with the supervisor, things like that. And if you don't feel like you get resolved, move on. Okay? Do you have any suggestions on condoms? They can be comfortable because they can be uncomfortable because they can be very drying. Okay, my whole thing is with condoms, it's very, very important that you use lubricants. After a while, it do dry up. Truth be told, that's why most people don't like to use condoms at all. But you must use lubricant. It helps, and it's a water-based lubricant, not water-based, y'all. Lubricant. Go down to your sex store, go to your local passion party person or your candies person who sells sex toys, and go from there. Okay, because it's very vital. You need to use condoms. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. And me included, all of us, we need to use condoms. It's things out here. As y'all know, I think they had the first case for the gonorrhea strand that you can't get rid of. And it's getting skirted off in these streets, y'all. And to be truthfully honest, we are more open and prone to get other things because at the end of the day, herpes breaks down our immune system, and it also breaks our skin, opening our skin up. Yes, our skin heals, but it does not completely heal from wherever you have your outbreak at. So now you're more prone to infections and things of that nature. So my whole thing is very, very important to use condoms. Ladies, make sure you have your own condoms, all different sizes, or find out what size he wears and you purchase them yourself. Please, ladies, stop, and this me included, I'm being completely honest. We got to stop allowing these dudes to say, I ain't got one, then you ain't getting none. Take your butt on down to the store and you better get a couple because we ain't doing nothing. We ain't doing nothing. I can do it myself. If that's the case, we ain't doing nothing. We got to stop getting caught up in the moment. We can't afford to get caught up in the moment anymore, y'all. We can't. My whole thing, ladies, is nothing wrong if you got a stack of condoms over there and you ask him to choose which one he wants. And also find a lubricant that works best with your body and your partner. My whole thing is some people are allergic to certain things, so it's very important to ask because people can get allergic reactions. But most importantly, you need to make sure what you like and what feels good to you. Okay? But use a lubricant. All right. I got it a couple years ago. Spite me using a condom. Correct. You can still get herpes with a condom because at the end of the day, it does not cover everything. The condom only covers the man's penis. That's it. And it only protects what it's going into. As we know, most guys, and let's be very honest, they have their outbreaks in their pubic areas, on the inner side of their thighs, and things like that. So my whole thing, if he don't have an outbreak on his penis, typically which is on the shaft of his penis, if he don't have it on there, which is covered, so you won't get it that way. But if he have it everywhere else, boom, you're more prone to get it. You're more prone to get it. And truth be told, we don't put by the time we put the condom on, he already rubbed his penis against you. That happens a lot too. Like you're already like, 1 second. Put the condom on, type thing. And then also on top of that, you perform oral sex way before that. And most people are not using condoms or flavored condoms for oral sex, which also puts you more at risk too. So, and for you, since you said you use condoms, this question is, did you have oral sex? Because he probably gave it to you through oral sex. As you know, type 1, type 2 could be anywhere, guys. It's no certain type, okay? No certain type. No certain location. All right. You have helped me so much, Felice. Oh, sweetie. Why she says sex is risky. A condom really doesn't protect you. Heck, why she says sex is risky. A condom really doesn't protect you as much. Sex is risky. I didn't state a condom. I wasn't talking about a condom. But you must use condoms. It's nothing else you can do. But the most important thing this is what safe sex is. Let me give you 4-1. Safe sex is education first. Education first, testing second, and then a condom. Condom is the last thing. It's the last thing. But most of us are so uneducated what sex is. We're so uneducated what our body is. We're so uneducated about STDs. We don't even know how STDs are transmitted. A lot of us don't even understand how they're transmitted. Period. So my whole thing is, yeah, we've been pumped condom, but we didn't understand there's some STDs that condom don't really help, but it helps reduce the chances a little bit. But my whole thing is, if you use a condom, it does reduce a little bit, but if you had the education, you'll do, okay, let me get him tested. Let me make sure he don't or she don't have anything before we decide to move forward and still use a condom. But we're still leaving out so much things, which is the education part. Honestly, guys, we're really leaving out the education part. And truth be told, sex ed is not taught in schools anymore. And if it is, it's a scare tactic and crap don't work. My whole thing is kids are learning about sex on the internet through porn and all this other crap, which is so risky. And they're passing STDs left and right and back. Okay, because they only get tested once a month. So that's just opening up doors as well. So my whole thing is, it's very important that we educate ourselves. And if you have children, please educate your babies. Because at the end of the day, they're out here kissing on each other and funneling and doing all this other stuff and don't know nothing. My whole thing is not a conversation you want to have, but it must be had. Take the time to educate yourself. This is the best time to do it. I'll be talking about a lot of it on my social media sites, posting different things about it that we need to know. Okay? That we need to know. I didn't know at the time, young and dumb. Don't say young and dumb. My whole thing is just young. My whole thing is, you wasn't dumb. And I don't even like saying that because you wanted to be. Nobody educated you. No adult or anybody over you, brother, sister, cousin, took the time to educate. And if nobody takes the time who has some authority over you, they're putting you at risk. They're putting you at risk until you're able to seek that information out on your own. And our kids, all of us typically found this out when we were younger. We didn't know any better at all. And a lot of this information that is out now, like YouTube wasn't out when I found out. YouTube was not even close. Yahoo was still popping back then, okay? AOL was still here then. Okay, so now we have more education because we can go onto YouTube and get all the information. But at the end of the day, what you looking for?
There was something else in this bag.
Look. Education. What's the other one here? Don't beat yourself up over it, dear. Absolutely. Okay, tell your counselor what you need. Have an open conversation with your therapist. Correct. I think sometimes we get in front of these therapists and think they're supposed to control your life. They're not there to control your life. They're there to assist you. Honestly, therapy is nothing but you leading a conversation and somebody's there to guide you and give you tips and give you get you to a point where you're looking deeper into the situation. Because at the end of the day, this is the same thing our friends do to us to a certain extent. For example, you talking to your friend, she's like, but girl, you ain't think about that? And they'll ask you certain questions. You're like, you know what? I ain't think about that. You know, so a counselor is really somebody who just pretty much guiding your thoughts, guiding the situation, guiding your decisions on what you want to do. They're not telling you what to do. They're not telling you what you think. They're not. That's why people like, oh, they ask these generic questions and things like that. It's really not generic. When you really get into the room and they start asking you certain things or even paraphrasing the things that you're saying or asking you if that's what you really feel, now you can start thinking about what you're saying. Because most of us tell a story or tell what's going on with us and we're not really listening to ourselves. We're just talking. You're not even aware of what's really going on. But when somebody questions you or why you said what you said, now you start thinking about, why did I say that? What did I feel that? They may ask you, oh, why did you say you feel depressed? What caused you to feel depressed? You know, what are you doing about that? You know, what have you done before? Have you ever felt these thoughts before? Did you ever think you were depressed before? You know, things like that. Now you start thinking about, oh my God, when was the first time I was depressed? Just same way for us. When they say have you ever had an outbreak? You being like, have I ever had an outbreak? I did have some itching. I did have 1 or 2 bumps before. You know, it makes you start thinking. So my whole thing is counseling is just somebody making you think. That's it. They just make you think. That's completely it. They make you think. I'm going to have to go in a second. Y'all got homework. Okay. We all have been there. Absolutely. Yeah, no choice but to accept it and keep pushing, right? You're not alone, just know that. True, because most people out here giving it to people intentionally. Hurt people hurt people. Y'all believe that they're on hurt and won't hurt others. It's a shame. Yes, that's true. What do you think is happening when you sleep with someone unprotected and they never contracted? After 2 years, while we wouldn't they contract it? Yes, the tests continue to show that they're not affected. Well, basically what's happening is that you're not having sex with them when you have an outbreak. The thing about it is we have to get out of our mind. This is where the fear comes in. This is what I'm talking about. That you assume if I be with somebody, they're gonna automatically get it. That's a lie. If y'all have y'all conversation and you know your body, you can prevent a person from getting it. Okay, we worry about shedding all the time, but you don't shed that much, y'all. You shed before after before outbreak, which you don't typically know you're gonna have one, other than if you're super stressed and you just know you always have one when you're super stressed, or before a menstrual cycle. But you know you're contagious before that, or you shed before that, and you shed like 10 days or a week after that. Other than that, you don't know when you're shedding. So my whole thing, if you're not having sex within your shedding periods, which is before and after, that's the times I know for a fact. And you're not having sex when you have an outbreak, how are they gonna get it? No way that they can get it. And it just scares us to think that, oh my God, I can be with somebody and they never gets it. That's fear. And you have to face the fact that you can be with somebody and they never contract the virus. They don't have to. They don't have to. As long as y'all are doing what's necessary, you know your body, y'all fine. But at least I would like to understand more about the IgG and the IgM count. Go over to my other video. I did a whole video, like over an hour, about the IgG and IgM. Okay? I did a whole video on there, okay? Anybody else have any more questions? I'll take two more questions. 2 more questions, guys. Anybody? Boop, boo, doo, boo, doo, boo, boo. I hope this helped you guys. I hope this truly helped you guys. All right? What does I.25? What is 7.25? What are you talking about? Does your family knows? Yes, girl. I tell the whole world. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Are you asking me your test result? That's what you got on your test result. If you have above a 1.9, you're positive. Will STDs be a primary? Will STD be a primary private practice for clients when you finish? Yes. Yes. I'll be helping people with STDs. We don't get any support. And you go to a regular counselor, but I want to be the person that you go to where I know I have an STD. She knows about the STD. She has an STD. She can relate. I don't feel like I'm being judged type situation. And I assist people do that. Because if you find out that you have HIV, you automatically get a counselor. Everything else, they tend to not want to give you anything. And I feel like herpes is mental. It is a mental issue. It's not even physical, because a lot of us don't even have outbreaks, or outbreaks come and go, or may not have any. My whole thing, but this mental thing is driving us nuts. It's really taking us over the edge. How come some people don't transmit it if they have herpes? Must be luck if they don't get it. It's not really luck. It's the fact of, if you're not having an outbreak and you're not having sex when you're not having an outbreak, that person's not going to get it. It's just that simple, y'all. I think we're reading too much into it. Y'all really are reading too much into it. Most of us, if anybody on here who have herpes, typically you got it from somebody who did not even know they had herpes. They didn't even know they was having an outbreak. And if you transmitted to somebody, you didn't even know your body enough to prevent from giving them herpes. Let's be honest. Most people are transmitting this because they don't know they have it, or they're not aware of what herpes look like. We think herpes look like this blister, nasty, duh. It doesn't look like that. I'm sure all of y'all can say, mine don't look like that. What you see on Google is not what everybody's look like. So it can be easily misdiagnosed. And you can go to the doctor, you can be misdiagnosing yourself, that you're misdiagnosed, and you had herpes the whole time. And you're passing it to people because you didn't know you had it, because your doctor kept telling you don't have it. So my whole thing is the misdiagnosis and lack of education put us all in a situation where people are easily getting it then. But when it comes down to it, when you do know you have it and you get to a point where you're educating yourself and you know your body, the chances you passing is very, very slim because you are able, you know your body. You know your body to the T. You know when you get that little tingle, and not happening, type of situation. But if nobody knows what the symptoms are or what it feels like or what it looks like, yeah, you're going to end up passing it to somebody easily. Like we say, most people who have herpes have no clue they have herpes. Half of the world have no clue they have herpes. Truth be told, y'all. So my whole thing is that's another fear that we all have to overcome is thinking that, if I be with somebody, then I'm going to automatically get them. Oh my God, they got to have it and it's just hidden and that's the reason. And one day they're going to wake up and they're going to have an outbreak. No, y'all. I understand that's a fear, but my whole thing is please live and don't worry about it. Do what you can. Long as y'all having very detailed conversations about this thing and this person accepts you and even ask that person, how would they react if they do have it? You're going to be fine, but they don't automatically get it. And many doctors think that too. I had a lady say that to me, and that's not true. Oh, thanks, Mom.
Is that trash?
No.
Is that your,
That's a key.
for your diary?
No, baby, it's not for my diary. I don't have a diary.
This is trash.
Love you very much.
Who's that?
Trash.
What is
this
that?
trash. This in the can. It is
I'll
trash.
tell you in a minute. Can I finish my video?
Trash, baby.
I say hey to everybody.
You can.
Hello, everybody. Everybody is awesome.
Move, y'all.
For mommy.
Okay.
Why does the
Yeah,
credit
it really
card
don't
have
look
the
like the... What credit card?
It's your plasma card.
Oh,
I
I
found
don't
it.
even use that company no more. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all.
I found it on the couch.
Thank you. High five. All right. See you in a minute. Yeah, it really don't look like the pictures. It don't. Do you recommend taking the medication or will it work taking when you get symptoms or outbreak? My whole thing, this is what, honestly, you take the medication. If you want to, you take the medication. You don't. If you're going to take the medication soon as you have an outbreak, soon as you get a tingle, soon as you feel an itch, and I mean, you know for a fact that your outbreak. Don't do it because you just think it is. And that takes time for you to learn. But if you know your body the way you know your body, know your body the way you know your body, and you know for a fact you're about to have an outbreak, take it ASAP. Because at the end of the day, it will reduce the outbreak time. But if you take it after the outbreak is all the way in, that medicine is slim to none. It don't do you no justice. And I'm sure a lot of y'all were like, oh my God, I'm taking the Valtrex and it's not working. It's because the Valtrex works best when you first get it at the first symptom. But if you don't catch it at the first symptom, the Valtrex takes the time to kind of respond to your body, okay? So I feel like it's nothing wrong with waiting until you have an outbreak to take it. And you got your people who take it every day because they want to feel more comfortable feeling like they're doing something. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you do take the medication every day, it is reducing the shedding, okay? It say it reduces outbreaks, but I'm a strong believer. It does not matter if you take medicine every day. If you keep doing what you're doing, it's going to cause outbreaks. The same way, if you got high blood pressure and you taking your high blood pressure medicine, but you still eating fried chicken, your blood pressure is still going to be high. Same situation. If you keep triggering your outbreaks, that medicine is no good to you. So my whole thing is, it's best for you, and I tell people, if you're going to take the medicine, please take it the way you need to take it, and also learn your triggers on top of that. So now it's really helping you reduce it. But it's no good to take the medicine and you still have no clue why you continue to have outbreaks all the time. It has nothing to do with that medicine. That medicine is not a cure, y'all. I love y'all, but a lot of y'all thinking, well, I'm taking the medicine, I ain't gonna have no outbreaks. Lies. I love you, but that's not the case. If you triggering it, you're gonna have an outbreak. Not always, but if you know your body well enough and you know stress is your main trigger, and every time you have a massive moment of stress, you have an outbreak, or every time your menstrual cycle come on, then you know your body, then you know that medicine can't do nothing for those situations. It's a trigger. It can reduce it, but it's not going to stop it. I'm talking about the medication, okay, y'all? So I tell y'all, you do what you desire. You do what you desire, but most importantly for me, I recommend that you learn your body. The quicker you learn your body, the quicker you can reduce your outbreaks. And you can find out what works for you. Because truth be told, antivirals may not work for everybody. It may not. You may have some bad side effects. I know a lot of y'all freak out about the side effects. And my whole thing is you have the right to freak out about these side effects. They are side effects, okay? That was found out through research, okay? Off a group of people. So you have the right to feel that. And if you feel like the medicine is not working for you, then find another route. It's nothing wrong with that. It's so many supplements out here that you can take that works 10 times better than the medication. But if you decide you want to take the medication, make sure you learn your body and work with it. Same if you do the supplements. You got to make sure you learn your body in the process. Without knowing your body, taking supplements is pointless. Same is the same way of taking any medication. If you're not doing what the doctor tell you to do and still trying to take your medication, you counteract each other. So make sure you choose what you feel like is best. Love, but don't beat yourself up over it. I wish and pray that you have a bigger platform. You need to be on radio shows, TV, newspaper. You need to be the leader of this movement. Going to City Hall, marching, going to CDC. We need your voice. Oh, thank you for declaring all that stuff in my life, because I've been declaring all those things in my life as well. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And I want y'all to go with me. So my whole thing, if you want to do this, like, guys, if you want to do this, if you want to even be in the background, it ain't always need to be in the front. You know, we still need people who are willing to do the research, people who really to do the messages, the people who are willing to, you know, to do things. My whole thing, we got to do this together. I can't do this by myself. This is a lot of work by myself, y'all. I've been doing it by the grace of God, but my whole thing is where we want to go and the change that we need more people. It's just not enough to be me. We need more people standing up. And I'm talking about everybody, not just black. Y'all know I serve African Americans, but I'm about to open the spectrum. I love y'all, but I'm about to open the spectrum because I get to a point where I want everybody who have herpes to overcome the stigma. Okay? Everybody needs to overcome it because we are all affected. We all feel what we feel. And we all are dealing with what we're dealing with, y'all. And it's better more people to help. More people who understand it. More people who have the resources, okay? We need to help each other. We need to feel each other together. We need to do this together to get this done. If we want to see some change, guys, if we really want to, we got to do this together. We can't do it by ourselves. I can't do this by myself. I'm doing the best as I can by myself, but for this to really happen, we gotta be more of us doing this together, okay? Stress over it will only make you feel worse. Correct. What supplements work better than the medications? Okay, so the best thing to use, I'm sorry, y'all. The best things to use is olive leaf. Olive leaf help with shedding. Lysine helps with reducing outbreaks. Oregano oil helps reduce outbreaks. And tea tree oil, coconut oil help heal your outbreaks. Apple cider vinegar helps heal your outbreaks if you put it in water. I say dilute it. Some people put it directly on their skin. I wouldn't suggest it. That's just me. I'm a strong person of diluting things. What else? Those are the main supplements, or yeah. And it's so many more. It's so much more, but those things are most popular that you see. If you do your research, you'll see those the most, okay? And I say, do your research. You may, and my whole thing is you got to understand what I said may not work for you. Like, this is sucky part. Like, you never know what you're allergic to. You never know what side effects you will have. So I say, you know, try things one at a time, but don't do so much stuff at once because you want to know what's going on with your body and what works for you, okay? What if you're terrified to date at any level? If you're terrified to date, you're going to have to conquer that first. And you need to know why you're scared to date. Not, oh, I'm just scared. That's not valid. You need to get to the root of why you're still scared. Why you're terrified of dating. Get to the root. Not, oh, I just have herpes and I don't want to get rejected. It's deeper than that. Most of us been dealing with rejection and low self-esteem since we've been little bitty children. And never dealt with it. And when herpes came along, it just magnified it. So my whole thing is time to deal with those issues we had a long time ago. And it's time to really face those things. Okay? I love how bubbly you are. Oh, thank you. Are you dating again? Yeah, somewhat. I'm focused on me. I'm dating me. Truth be told. I'm enjoying being single. I was talking to somebody for at least 6 months, like coming out of my situation. with my husband. And he talked me through my divorce, truth be told. He was very supportive, very nice guy. Made me see some things about myself, but I chose not to talk to him anymore because he just wasn't compatible. I met another guy, very great guy, but he wasn't ready for a relationship. So with that being said, I'm meeting a lot of men. I'm learning that men are broken. And my whole thing is I'm going to heal. And if that means me helping people, guys, meeting them and encouraging them so they can heal, I would do that. But until I meet somebody who's healing like I'm healing, I'm not in a rush. I have so much fun by myself, no lie, guys. I have guy friends that I talk to on the phone, and they're awesome. I'm not having sex, so I'm not tripping about that part. So I can do without having enough dick for the rest of my life. So with that being said, I'm good on that. But no, I'm dating myself. I'm falling in love with myself. I have been the person who jumped relationship to relationship very quickly and not healing, and I refuse to do that after coming out of a marriage. So with that being said, I'm taking my time. Things like that. I have no problem with flirting and giving my number out, but I'm not in a rush. Just not in a rush. Okay? It takes a lot of strength to tell people this. Absolutely, it does. It does. What do you when do you decide to disclose when you are dating? For me, I disclose like within the first couple of weeks, like first 2-3 weeks, because this is what I do for a living. If you find me on social media, you're gonna automatically know what I do. If you ask me what I do, I'm gonna tell you what I do. So my situation is a little different for many people, but for you guys, I typically tell you within the first, I say within the first 3 months that you disclose this information. Okay? I think you only disclose if you want to become intimate. Otherwise, none of their business. I feel like intimacy is way deeper than just sex. Intimacy is kissing people. That's telling them personal information. We have to get out of thinking that we need to wait until it's almost time to have sex to tell this. I feel like if you want to talk to somebody and you want to get to know somebody, you need to tell them everything about yourself before you even get to the intimate part. Because by the time you get to the intimate part, that person already on built, they already feel a certain way about you, and you're still leaving out something very important that affects their intimacy with you. So my whole thing is, guys, waiting until you feel like you want to be intimate. Some of y'all feel to be intimate tomorrow. Some of you feel to be intimate when you first met them. Some of us feel to be intimate in the first 3-4 months. My whole thing is, and chemistry is something different for everybody. So my whole thing is, I feel like within the first 3 months is great. My whole thing, sometimes we just need to slow down. Truth be told, we need to slow down. See if the person even worth your time. Sex is not that important, y'all. I love y'all, but we gotta slow our roll. And that's just for anybody. I have done that. I have done one night stands. I have done all of it. It's not worth it. Not. My whole thing is, you want something to value. Truth be told. You want sex to be awesome because you love that person and they're awesome and they encourage you all across every part of your life, not just because the sex good. Who cares? Like, literally, we need more than that. Women, we need more than dick. We really do. We need somebody who's supportive, who's a provider, who's a great dad. So many things. You know, we got to see more. Even our men. Our men want more than sex, ladies. I know y'all may think, oh, he just want the cat. I'm sorry. I talk to men all the time. And they tell me, man, I want a woman. I want to get married. I want a family. I want to provide. I want to... And we out here talking about, he just want to fuck me. That's it. He just want to have sex with me. That's all he want. No. Sometimes that's all we're offering. Being honest, I was that girl before. Okay? That's all you offer when you know you got more to offer. My whole thing is, if that's all you're putting on the table, my whole thing, take sex off the table sometimes. We need to take sex off the table. Take it off the table. Have your kids been impacted? Like, have other parent rejected them or treated them badly? Have they got teased? How do you protect them from... My children are young. My kids are young. So I have no effects by that. Now, when they get a little bit older, it may be a little different. But my oldest son knows about herpes more than y'all do. Like, and surely can explain everything. And honestly, I prefer him to know everything than to not know anything. I didn't know nothing at that age. So at the end of the day, he's able to stand up for himself and speak on what the truth and what's not the truth. And rejection is fine. If a parent don't want to deal with us, and so what? I'm a strong believer and said, and we'll find somebody else. We good all by ourselves. We have dealt with bullying and things like that already. So we are at a point where we're so much better with how to deal with people who don't want to be associated with us, and that's fine. But no, my kids had no situations. My oldest son is no, my oldest son is 8, and my younger one is 3. So at this given moment, no. But I know when they no, you're gonna be 8 Friday. So tell me how old he is. I birthed you. But at the end of the day, I know when they get to their preteens and the fact that I'm going to be on a bigger platform than this, Miss Harris stated what I know was going to happen, then yes, they're going to be on a different, they're going to have to deal with things differently. But I'm happy that I'm talking about it now, that my kids are confident and things like that, and they'll be able to educate things like that now, and they'll be able to stand up for themselves and bold, just like mommy, you know. So I feel like I'm in a good state that my kids are able to hear me talk to you guys, hear me do videos. They watch my videos time to time. For them to understand that this is important to mommy and that I fight for the things that I like and I love. And they're going to do the same for whatever that may be. So, right, educate the young ones as no one was there to educate most of us. Correct. Correct. Your honesty and openness is inspiring. I appreciate it. No problem. Miss Harris, that was an amazing question. That was an amazing question. But no, my kids are not impacted. They're just so young. But I think when I get on a bigger platform, my kids will start to get the impacted then. But right now, they're so young. They're so young. But they're going to be so educated. They're going to be like, you need to see if you get tested for herpes. You may have it. I got a sense of humor. My kids do too. So, but all right, guys. I'm looking at my clock. So I love y'all. I hope this helped in so many ways. It's April, so I'm back again. You know, sometimes I got to take breaks. I know y'all be like, where's Belize? But I had to take breaks like everybody else. I am human. But I am back. As we know, like I said, it is STD Awareness Month. Please take some time to at least do research on different STDs. You're going to be mind blown. Most importantly, please do research on HPV. A lot of people do not understand HPV, and a lot of women that I'm meeting who have herpes is getting HPV. So it's very, 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 very important that you educate yourself. Men too, because at the end of the day, guys, you can get it and you don't even know you have it. So it's very important. Please educate yourself. Take your time to educate yourself throughout this month, and also educate somebody who's like, oh girl, did you know? Da, 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 da. And if you got other questions, don't be scared to ask me. You know, I know I'm only an email or inbox away or a call away. Just reach out to me for that. If you want to set up any overcoming sessions with me, y'all know I have the overcoming session, which is the hour on the phone or video chat for all my internationals. Or if you just want to do a video chat, we have that option for you. I'm really ready to talk to more people international. I'm ready to do international, y'all. I declare that into my life right now. Name of Jesus. Also, you have your disclosure session. So you talk for me for 30 minutes, video or call, and we will talk on how to disclose. So we'll get a little, script or quote unquote on how to do that to kind of reduce your fear before you disclose. And then you have your 20 for 20. So basically we'll talk for 20 minutes. If you just got quick questions, sometimes you just got something really quick. I got a couple of questions, girl, I need to get it out of the way. And we can do that for 20 minutes. And then we also have overcoming coaching, which you can talk to me for a month to 2 months. And we will talk for an hour and a half on call or video chat once a week or every 2 weeks, just depending on what you want to do, what works for us with that client and coaching relationship. So my whole thing is, guys, y'all have a lot of options. Like I said, all ladies, we have the support group. We're creeping up, guys. We almost at 600 members. I'm so excited. So with that being said, guys, we're growing in the private support group on Facebook. My whole thing is, I know some people are really freaking out about Facebook. If you want to be a part of it, that's okay. You inbox me and we'll talk. I'll let y'all know it is private. Nobody will know you're in the group. Nobody will see it on your private post, anything like that. Nobody even find it if they looking for it. It's called the Overcomers. You won't find it nowhere in life. You won't find it. I have to approve you. So don't think you're going through an admin. You're going through me. Okay. And I got really good discernment. Okay. So with that being said, guys, I'll put you in a group. I'll approve you in a group. And I let you go and see what you want to see or ask questions and things like that. So if you want to be a part of the support group and you haven't been added, make sure you go over to my Facebook. It's Belize Spivey. On there, I know a lot of people been saying they've been seeing another picture. Okay, it's my book. My book is on there, Overcome the Stigma. And also it's a picture of me that said Overcome the Stigma. Okay, so that's me. And send me a friend request. And then send me a private message saying, hey, add me to the group. If you don't do that part, you're just not going to be added, okay? On this case, I just added you back. Okay, cool. So with that being said, guys, I want to put you in the group. I know a lot of you guys get a little nervous about being on my private page and people probably seeing you and things like that. I'm sorry. If somebody is searching through your page like that to find me and assuming that you have an STD because of me, they got some issues, because we are friends with therapists, doctors, psychopaths, alcoholics, drug addicts, rapists, murderers, and all this other stuff. And folks trying to figure all that out, girl, they just nosy. They just nosy. Because I know some people came to me like, oh my God, I want to delete you because I think people are going to go through my friends list. If they're doing all that, they really got some issues. They really got issues. And they got some issues. Because I follow a lot of people that has nothing to do with what I'm going through. It's just, they're inspiring. Or I feel like they'll be beneficial later on in life for me. So I know this is scary for y'all, but y'all don't have to worry about that. If somebody's looking that hard, best believe they got issues. So yes, we'll be having that and then we also have our bi-weekly video chat. We do video chat. You do not have to show us our face, but we like to build relationships. Video chat, that's going to be next Friday at 8 o'clock. So, and I'm going to put all that information here below. It may not be right away because I got to get this homework. But at the end of the day, that is the case there. So I hope that benefits you guys. I love you, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Y'all know where to find me. All the information is below. And also, if y'all want me to come speak, I would love to come speak at your event. I want to travel. I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to travel. So with that being said, guys, if you're part of any organization or anything like that and you're looking for a speaker for this year, please reach out to me at overcomethestigma@gmail.com, and I will get that all set up for you. Have a professor or program substitute? Is your program supportable? Do you talk a lot about your program? Do you have a professor or program accept you? Is your program supportable? Do you talk a lot about it in your program? What are you talking about? I'm confused. I'm sorry. I need a little bit more detail of what you're asking me, Miss Harris. What are you asking me, Miss Harris? I need a little bit more detail. I don't want to answer prematurely. And what program are you talking about? Are you talking about the coaching? Oh, you're talking about school. Okay. God is good. So my professors love what I'm doing. Like, oh my God, my professors are so supportive. I came right out the gate. Y'all know me. I hit it at the gate talking about what I'm doing, and my professors and my peers are so supportive. They're like, you're doing something really great, and my teachers are really excited to hear exactly what I'm doing in the community. So I'm really excited that I have the freedom to talk about it. That my whole point was to go into it talking about this because I want the fact that I'm being a clinical mental health counselor. I want them to give me input on how impactful this can be, what things that I can, really do within this community when it comes to mental health. So I knew I wanted to come out the gate talking about it so people can kind of give me feedback, especially my professors who've been in the industry for over 20-30 years, to kind of tell me, oh, Miss Spivey, you're on a good roll. This is what you should do, blah, 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 blah. So, yes, I'm happy you said that. I had to reread it again. I'm like, I'm confused what she's asking. But reading is fundamental, so you got to read it again. But no, yeah, they're really supportive. My peers are supportive. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. Like, I go to Walton University, so really good school, and it falls right into what I want to do with making a social change impact. Like, the school is perfect. Perfect. So, and I'm doing really well in school. So with that being said, guys, yes, girl, you ask good questions. You need a talk show, girl. You ask really, really good questions. Have you thought about doing a talk show? You ask really good questions. Yeah. Yeah. But I love y'all. So I'm about to go. And I'll be talking to y'all soon. And Miss Harris, you're awesome. Thank you for the amazing questions. Because they were awesome. And anybody else who asked a question or gave input, I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate y'all just get on these lives with me, because you don't have to. You could be doing something else. You can be getting ready for bed, getting ready for work. But you chose to see when I popped up. You say, hey, Release is on. I'm going to get on. So I'm really, really excited about that. Make sure to share any information that you have or heard today with somebody, y'all. I don't care if it's just your home girl. Share it, because you just never know what she needs. A lot of us have friends who sit next to us, or parents or kids or whatever, who may be dealing with this, and they're too scared to tell you. So my whole thing is open the door with some information, and you just never know how you can impact a life. So I love y'all, and we'll be talking soon. Oh, he said, please, how can you speak to you in person? I'll put the information below. If you want to talk to me in person, you want to do a session with me, it's called bit/, all caps, I have it. That information will be below. Let me see if I can put it in here, y'all. I don't think I can put it in here. Let me see. I don't know. I haven't learned how to do that yet, y'all. Yeah, I don't think I can type. No. I ain't that special yet. But when this is over, you'll see it. It'll be bit. I have it, all caps. And you can set up a session with me for next week. I will not be available tomorrow to Sunday. I'll let y'all know my work schedule is Monday through Friday from 5 to 10. Okay? I work a full-time job. I do go to school, things like that. So at the end of the day, my time is late, because most of my clients do work late shifts. bit.ly/I have it. Okay? Thank you. You're awesome, sauce. I love y'all. Y'all be looking out for that girl. Y'all be looking out for me, because I be looking out for y'all. I ain't with confusion. So, all right, guys. So with that being said, bye-bye. I'm for real this time. Bye.